A zoo has been trying to get two pandas to mate for 10 years. When coronavirus shut the zoo down, the pandas finally did.
Here's a summary of the article.
Parenthood might be around the corner for Ying Ying and Lula, which are longtime residents of Ocean Park in Hong Kong. The successful natural mating process today is extremely exciting for all of us, as the chance of pregnancy via natural mating is higher than by artificial insemination. Michael Booz, Executive Director for Zoological Operations and Conservation at Ocean Park, said in a press release. Staff noticed certain behaviors in the two giant pandas that are common during breeding season, which occurs every year between March and May. Since late March, Ying Ying began spending more time playing in the water, while Lula has been leaving scent markings around his habitat and searching the area for Ying Ying's scent, reads the press release. While it is still too early to tell whether a baby panda is on the way, Ying Ying's body and behavioral changes are being closely monitored. If successful, signs of pregnancy, including hormonal level fluctuations and behavioral changes, may be observed as early as late June, though there is always a chance that Ying Ying could experience a pseudo-pregnancy, said Booz. This is big news in conservation efforts for the species that is currently listed vulnerable, one category away from being endangered, according to the IUCN Red List of Threatened Species. There are only around 1,800 giant pandas that remain in their natural habitat, according to Ocean Park. If Ying Ying is pregnant, the gestation period for giant pandas ranges between 72 and 324 days.
This post received a score of 19,000, with an upvote ratio of 95%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Pandas been waiting to bonk for years without hundreds of humans staring.
I mean, that's pretty much the root of the problem. Turns out living in a concrete box stared at by noisy members of the animal's only major predator species isn't something all species adapt well to. It's the major reason why they haven't been domesticated and why the exotic pet trade is so dangerous to the species' survival. Most cheetahs for exotic pet trade are still wild caught, but there are some successful zoo programs.
My local zoo has had 9 cheetah litters totaling 47 cubs born since 2013. Check out Richmond Metropolitan Zoo. Edit, link.
The Wildlife Safari in Winston, Oregon has bred over 200 cheetahs since they started in 1972. It's the second most successful breeding program on Earth.
Oregon representing. I've added this to my list of in-state destinations.
Been telling my wife that stage fright was a thing. Maybe she will close the curtains.
It's not the window, it is the live stream.
Wait. Was that flashing light on the teddy bear was?
Yes, and honestly I think she's being too hard on you.
At least one of us was.
Trust me, I noticed.
They're bored like the rest of us.
There's gonna be a Rona boomer generation.
The coronials. A product of millennials and the younger post-millennials.
Quarantines. Turns out they had performance anxiety.
Yeah, that's pretty much the main reason why breeding in captivity is difficult for most species. Zoos, while often still good about providing for animals' needs, are still noisy and crowded environments with lots of strange smells, and therefore it's hard to get certain animals into a relaxed enough state that they'll feel safe enough to mate.
Could we get a little privacy over here?
Pandas, finally, these twats are gone. Now we can finally do our thing.
Now kiss.
Greater than if Ying Ying is pregnant, the gestation period for giant pandas ranges between 72 and 324 days. Say WHAAAT.
The fertilized egg sort of floats in the uterus for a varying length of time before implanting and starting to develop.
250 days of floating around. Even embryonic pandas are lazy as fuck.
Imagine busting a nut after holding it for 10 years.
It's kinda heartbreaking to think that they are so chronically stressed and unsafe in the zoo that they won't even give in to one of the most primal instincts every animal has.
It's not stress. Pandas just naturally lack those primal instincts, on top of being surprisingly territorial. From the linked article, ever wonder why pandas are still endangered despite being a protected species in China? The answer is simple, they just suck at breeding.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.